Adam Christ from MyMMAnews.com, being joined by the Moroccan Devil once again, Youssef Zalal. He is set to take on Seung Woo Choi. It's going down at UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Volkov in just a few days, February 6th. First and foremost, Youssef, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. We didn't get a chance to talk a little bit before, but Happy New Year to you and your family, brother. How you been, man?
Thank you, man. You as well. It's been good, man. I can't complain, man. It's especially during all this pandemic, man. Still get a chance to train and enjoy my family and really see my family. So that was pretty cool. I went back home too as well for a couple of days. My sister got engaged and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. You know, it's kind of hang out and took the wife and just kind of chilled down there. You know, it was a little weird, but it's with the COVID and all that stuff. But it was pretty cool though.
That's really cool that you got to see the family too, especially in such crazy times. So, and congratulations to your sister. I assume the brother-in-law and fully knows that he's dealing with a UFC fighter. So let's just get it straight, bro. But
I think he's a good dude. I think he's a good dude.
That's awesome.
I don't think he'll do anything.
Well, congratulations to your family, man. So here we go, man. Another fight for you and another short notice fight once again for Youssef Zalal. It just keeps on coming, man. So Seung Woo Choi, you guys were actually scheduled to face each other previously. And then Seung, he pulled out of the fight. And now it finally has got to happen. You're getting to replace his opponent. So now it's just coming together, man. What do you think about the matchup?
It's like I said, man, I trained 8 weeks for that guy. 8 weeks. And then they called me 8 days. Like the next day I was going to fly to Vegas to quarantine to go to Abu Dhabi. And they were like, oh, he's out. And I'm like, okay. So I went from a striker to a fighting a wrestler / grappler. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm already here. Might as well just fight. I can't say no. And I don't say no. I don't like saying no either. So, and I just told him, I was like, hey man, like we got to do it. And the coach was not happy about it. You know, he's like, how are we going to go from a striker to a jiu-jitsu guy? And this is why I don't like camps. You know, this is why I hate camps. I just want to be ready. Give me somebody. Let's take it. Let's do it. Done. You know, that's where my mind is at. And you know, he's like I said, man, that guy is pretty tough. You know, he's one of the best. I think pretty good striking too. You know, it's like it's not no joke. You know, it's not like I'm like going over there and like, oh yeah, I'm taking this fight. It's like, oh, it's easy. No, it's not. You know, it's a fight. But for me, I just want to go out there and really show that like my performance last fight was not resulted on because my mind is stuck in grappling. So I went into grappling because I was getting ready for a striker, completely different thing, you know. But hey, man, you live and learn, and I can't wait to face this guy.
I love it, man. So like you were just saying, lessons learned with the last fight. So what do you think the biggest takeaway is? Because first experience taking the L in the UFC, but obviously it's going to be a learning experience going forward. So the biggest takeaway from that loss going in the future.
Oh man, I learned 10 from that fight. I sometimes I don't believe like in myself, like how good I am. Like I don't believe that, you know, like I don't know why sometimes like when I'm having fun and really doing my thing, it's like I am one of the best in the world to do what I need to do, you know. But for me to go in there and be like, man, I just fought a black belt and like, I don't know how many stripes and all this and a Greco wrestler and a power puncher and all this stuff, you know. And he just goes out there and beat an LFA champ, Damian Jackson, you know. So for me to even do what I did and even on a complete change, you know, short notice and all that, it's biggest thing I got from that fight is the confidence and how my level is to compare to these guys.
Yeah. Can you expand on that just a little further? Because why do you think that might be? Because again, like you said, your striking is impeccable for your weight class, you know, between 135, 145, wherever you decide to fight in that region, your striking is impeccable. And I mean, your ground transitions and your grappling overall is still good, complements your striking tenfold. So I'm just curious where that little doubt comes from.
I don't know, man. It's like the first 3 fights, you know, I had, it was like I felt for me, you know, and I was, you know, smiling, having fun, doing my thing, you know. It is what it is. I mean, I think it's only like the Peter Bear fight and the Asalingo, that's when I was really having fun. You know, it's like that's when I was being me. You know, and I feel like sometimes I go hard on myself. I don't know why. I feel like I needed to. It's not even just prove something to myself. It's like I feel like I have to prove something to other people, you know. And I'm like, and I lose that confidence, you know. I'm like, oh, like the grappling aspect. Oh, you call me a white belt and this and this and that, you know, and all that stuff. So that's what I feel like it gets me most time. But hey, man, like I said, it's a great lesson, and we're not making it happen again, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, you're still a young man in the sport, only what, 25 years old now, right?
24.
Going 24, right? Oh man, I'm trying to make you older than you actually are. So, like, yeah, 24, still a young man in the sport, man. But again, I've always said, and I've told people this outside the cage, inside the cage, that I feel like if you're not your own worst critic, then you're obviously doing something wrong, because everybody should be that passionate about something that they're doing. But with that does come that crazy balance and that slippery slope where you can go down the wormhole of thinking like overthinking and like, oh man, this, that, and the other. Do you think that might have been a little bit like a slippery slope on your end? Because obviously being a critic, like your own worst critic, right? You just want to be the best for yourself. Is it like you start to think too much?
Yes and no. I'm definitely. I don't know if you guys see me. I'm like the worst critic for myself. I'm like every time I go in, I'm like, even though I win the fight and I do great, I'm be like,
and you never say you're happy.
I'm like, this is terrible. I was like, I don't know if this is any good. You know, I was like, I feel like dog shit in that fight. You know, but I was like, I don't know, man. Like you said, I sometimes just overthink. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I don't just go in there like. And this is why, you know, my team and everything, this is why I'm blessed to have these around me. You know, it's like for me to go out there and I'm like, listen, man, this is what I do for a living and this is what I'm good at. And this is what I'm gonna show you, like Muhammad Ali said, I'm gonna show you how great I am. You know, it's like I don't need to do anything, you know. I was like, I'm just gonna go out there and do my job, you know, and I love this job, you know, and you guys can see, you know, and I don't know if you ever seen, you know, all my fights, I try to have the best fun I can have.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked before. You're smiling inside and outside of the cage. You just always seem to be in a good mood, which is awesome. And Factory X being such a positive background behind you and being that source of motivation, it drives me to wonder, with Factory X being open during this whole pandemic, you being able to get in the gym and everything like that, that's obviously played a factor and benefit in your camp going into the pandemic and going through the pandemic, whereas others might not have had that.
Oh, 100%. Mark is a leader. You know, he really wanted us to have an advantage over everybody else, and he did his best he can to do that. And I'm blessed to even have that. You know, that opportunity for me to even train and do my job. You know, that's like Mark says, it's our job to train. You know, that's all we do. It's nothing else. It's a job for us. We got to show up and really do the thing and have fun. And second most thing is have fun, you know. So a lot of guys forget that, you know. They're like, oh, it's pandemic, it's over. Like I'll just rest, chill out, and hopefully have a fight. And when they call, you're not ready, you know. So Mark is definitely a great leader for to keep the gym doing what it's doing. And man, all the fighters, especially last year, like I think we got like 3 guys in the UFC or 4 guys in the UFC. We have a bunch of guys training now. It's awesome, man, to see the growth of the gym.
Oh yeah, man. And you grinded through 2020, whereas like we were saying, some people might have been, you know, taking the time off, couldn't get to what they needed to do to get things done, whatever it may be. But needless to say, you were talking about you had like not having so much fun. Are you back to having fun like the old Youssef Zalal?
You'll find out Saturday night.
My man. I love that. So, so going after that, man, how do you take this guy on? Seung Woo Choi, like you said, you were planning for him. You said we're going to find out Saturday night. Any bold guesses for us how you plan to take this fight?
Man, all I gotta say, man, I'm trying to make best version of myself. You guys you haven't seen yet. You know, that's my biggest goal in 2021. I know Mark makes us pick a word for the year and really like take heart to that word. You know, what is that word to me? Like last year it was free for me. The word was free. You know, I was a free kid. You know, I wanted to do what I wanted to do and really achieve my dreams and really do what I needed to do. And this year is my word is challenge. You know, I really wanted to challenge myself, and that's the biggest thing for me. I swear to God, it's like nothing else in this world can really stop me by myself. It's only me. It's only me at all every time. I don't know why. It's goddamn hard head. I don't know why. I swear to God, it's gotta figure it out. But hey, man, like I said, baby steps, and you guys will not miss on Saturday. You guys will see a whole different Youssef. Trust me.
Oh man, I can't wait. And like you said, with 2020 being free and this being challenging, I can't imagine what you have up in here set in mind to put out for the multitudes of the audience to see, man. All we can do is look forward to it, let it unfold, man. But Youssef, I'll let you go on that one, man. I appreciate you being on as usual. And best of luck, man. Seung Woo Choi, you got him coming up, and finally you get to take him on, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. And one of the best advice I learned, you know, is like we read these books, a lot of books. I haven't read this book yet, but Coach Mark gave it to us. He's like, the art not giving a fuck. So that's like one of the best.
Have you read the book?
Best
you read the book
to kind of have, you know.
You've read the book.
No, I'm still on it. I'm not finished or nothing like that. So I'm still on it.
Oh my gosh, I recommend it to everybody. One of my favorite reads as far as just learning about yourself and just taking everything and just, it's all good, bro. I love that book, man. It's so good. I can't wait to hear about your thoughts afterwards.
Yeah, I know. So that's like the, like even the words of the book, like just looking at the front page and it says the art of, you're like, wow.
The subtle art of not giving up.
And when I did that, actually, it was my last fight in LFA. When I had that mentality, I had the best performance of my life.
Oh, man. And we look forward to seeing many more just like it. Youssef Zalal, ladies and gentlemen, is taking on Seung Woo Choi, going down on February 6th at UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Volkov. You don't want to miss this version of Youssef Zalal. I feel that we have a different version coming our way. For Youssef Zalal, I'm Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to mymmanews.com for all your fight news needs.